We drove all the way to the first bridge that we saw and parked on the side there. It saved us about 4 kilometers in this 20-kilometer hike.
Give them the biggest cone.
Yuri, say hi! Where are we going today?
To the plane track.
To the
To
plane.
an old plane track.
That's right. This trail is being shared with recreational vehicles, so be mindful of that. If you're comfortable with those around you with children, you can hear them from afar, and most of the one that we met that day were very friendly. They stopped for us or waited for us, or we go ahead and we wait for them, so it's a give and take. Go out there and enjoy. It's refreshing to come out here from the city, to hear the birds chirping, the rivers flowing, enjoying the fresh air. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the first one you would see, like the steepest part of this trail. But it wasn't that bad. This would take about 5 minutes at max. It's rocky and it's just uphill, and after that it's a very long corridor, so I love the incline. It's a good change for all that flat, and I know it kind of like bore you, so it's a good cut to all the flatness, I guess. With this being a 16-kilometer back and forth hike, I finally strap on a 2-liter water backpack or bladder on my 7-year-old, because I mean, you gotta do some work, right? We can finally kind of see where the crash site is, but it looks so close and yet so far. Well, let's take the pictures, I guess. Once you get into the part of the trail where there's more trees covering, there were a lot of snow still when we went, so it was good when we went in. It was slushy when we came back out, so there were a lot of wet shoes that day.
I'm gonna wash off my stick.
Oh, I'm so light.
This is an apple.
Oh, yeah. I like.
Well, we came to this part of a very long and feels like a never-ending trail, corridor, whatever you want to call it, but this gets pretty boring at some point, but I guess just walk fast, run a little, sing a song. You'll get there. Hiking in late spring, of course, you get all that type of trails, but yep, that snow up here was still so thick that recreational vehicles can't get to here yet. So I was actually nice that they were out, because bear country. Much noise means no bear. Yep, we put on my boy's Muddy Buddy. I don't know if you're a parent, you need to get one if you don't have it, because this saves you sanity, laundry, the whining that they got wet feet, wet socks, and everything that comes with contact with water or mud. Okay, you cross it. Don't stop. Let's go, bud.
Excuse me, water.
Well, this is the point where my boy would ask for a lift, and Dad's a sucker, so here we go. We got closer to the crash site around noon, which means most of the snow up here is thawing. So there were a lot of sinking and very slushy parts. It was actually worse on the way back, but yes, Muddy Buddy to the rescue. This would be the second steep hill climb you would do on this hike, and that's about for uphill. You come into this opening and then you cross all the way to the other side, and that's where the crash site is. This is probably about 10 minutes and you were there. The thing is, that day there were 3 people that was ahead of us that saw two grizzlies that come from atop of, what is this, Andy Peak, all the way across. So we had to stop for a little bit and get our bear spray with us, all the bear bangers that we had, I mean the horn, and we waited about maybe 5 minutes just to make sure the bear was out the way, and off we went. That's Mount Coulthard, Good Andy Peak, Mount Parrish, and Mount McLaren. Now going into the wreckage, this plane crashed or hit Mount Ptolemy in 1946. It's the Royal Canadian Air Force DC-13, a Dakota aircraft. There were 7 crew on board. I believe there were 2 officers, 2 lieutenants, a sergeant, and 2 aircraft men that was on this flight. It was pretty sad. There's actually 7 crosses here for a memorial for the men on board. There's a lot of history here. And if you come here at summertime, you'll see more of the wreckage as it's clear. There's no more snow covering them. We only even saw 2 of the crosses as the snow is still thick. Exploring time. A lot of questions to be answered from my 7-year-old, of course. And we believe this is the tail of the plane. If you could look at online on Dakota aircraft or DC-13, and you'd see what it looked like in full. I don't know about you guys, but I love history. Good, sad, well, history mostly sad, but history doesn't change. It makes us better, I would say. And it's really a good learning for me and my boy that is very curious. Oh, there's actually a really good picnic table up here, which is awesome for lunch, and that's pretty much what we did before we head back. It makes our backpack a little lighter, and why would you not want this view for lunch, really? So it's a win-win. What is that?
Look what Ben found.
What? There's water. And that last bridge right into, I'd say, the parking lot. My boy was so happy. I think he hugged the van. Go out there, have fun, and be safe. Thanks for watching our adventures. And of course, right, you're not a mom if you're not making dinner at the end of each hike.